Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to rotate a sprite, but I'm also going to show you how to create a plain flat sprite by scaling the engine's single pixel texture. Okay, so I'm using my ball sprite, obviously I'm just using that, you can apply this to yours. So this allows you to create a rectangular sprite of any size. Okay, so the first bit is to define the frame. So when we say s.frame.define, all we're going to do is say engine manager dot single white pixel. Okay, that's the only frame thing we need to do. Now we want to scale it, so as I've shown you in the previous scaling videos, I'm going to use the sprite helper. That's the easiest way of doing it. And I'm going to say scale to this size, the one I haven't shown you directly, and there's a couple of different methods. I can use a rectangle, or I can give the width and height. So I'm going to give the width and height. So I'm going to make this sprite 10 pixels wide and 20 pixels high. Okay. Now because I'm using my ball sprite one, I'm going to create 10 of these in a subroutine. So you'll see 10 of these on screen if you were wondering what the hell was going on. Oh, I've done something stupid. Pressed a funny key there. Right, so just run this and you'll see 10 sprites on screen. Okay, and they're all white. So in order to make them different colours, all I need to do is say s.colorwash. I'll try that again. Not color wash, that's what it used to be called. s.wash equals new color, and I'm going to make it fully red, no green, no blue. Okay, I'll show you a different way of setting the color in a second. Same as the screen color. So that lets me physically set the color. Okay, I've done something stupid there. Let's do it a different way. So let's pick a color number. Red. Run it again, and this time it should appear red, unless I've made a really serious mistake. There we go. Okay, so you can change the colour of them. It's the same way that you can change the colour of text. You just set the wash attribute. Okay, the colour attribute. Now, what would be cool would be, let's mess about with a bit of rotation. I will do that in another video. I'll leave that as that. So I'm just going to change this. Let's make a big sprite, 100 by 200. Okay. Now let's create another sprite quickly, just to show you something useful here. Right, I'm going to comment that code out. I don't want that ball sprite anymore. So I'm going to create a splash back. So I'm just creating a new sprite here in my title code here. So I'm just creating that sprite. Let it create the subroutine for me. So there it goes. So sprite s equals, in fact I'm going to be really super lazy and just copy those 3 lines because they're going to be identical. Okay, and then I'm going to set my scale using my sprite helper. Scale to this one is, I'm going to make it 700 pixels wide and 150 pixels high. Okay, and I want to set its wash to black. Its position I'm going to set to the center of the screen. So I'm going to change the alignment here. So s.align. Remember, the alignment can help you position things nicer. So I'm going to set it to top left, and I'm going to set, because I made it 700 wide, I'm going to make the X position, which is the top left hand corner this time because of the alignment, 50, and the Y position 50. So let's just run that and see what it looks like. So that's going to be overlaid on the screen. Okay, it's pretty brutal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the alpha of it. Now that's the amount of transparency. If I have it as 1, that's fully opaque, can't see through it, but I can change that to make it, I don't know, 30%. Let's run that again. Numbers, you're going to fiddle with numbers to get the effects you want. So that's really too faded, so let's make it 6F. Put 0.6F, try that. Okay, I'm going to move it up so I can see my title screen thing a little bit, so I'm going to set that to 0, so it's at the top of the screen. Chug, chug, chug. So it's over the Mars image, and it's like it's faded that out, but it's actually on top of my sprite as well. Now what I can do is I can set the Z position, because that affects the draw position of the splashback to -1000. Okay. By default, the sprites are given a position ranging from 0 based on the number of the sprite that's been created. Okay, so they all like sit. The next sprite will be in front of the previous sprite, unless you start changing the Z positions, which is quite sensible. So this will put it behind the title graphic. I'll make it slightly less transparent so you can see that effect a little bit more. Let's just change the alpha to 0.8. So with the Z at -1000, it's drawn before title screen. Okay, if I just stop that, comment that Z line out, you'll see that it's drawn after it, so it's on top of it. So the order, the Z position, makes a difference. Okay, so it's faded out the Mars planet, but it's also faded out the title screen. So by placing it behind the title screen, I can fade out the background graphic, but I can make the sprite stand out for the title screen better. It's the sort of thing that TV companies do when they want to put like text graphics on the screen. They'll use like a slightly faded transparent item, so you can still see stuff underneath, but you can see the text clearly. Okay, that's very, very, very useful. So that's how you create a rectangle of any size.